Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel once again. So, E3 2017 is just a few weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. Now, normally it was going to begin from June 13th to the 15th, but a couple of conferences, actually make that all of them, that is, will more than likely going to begin a couple of days early. So, without further ado, we're just going to get right down to the bottom of this, folks. So, here's a look at all the briefings coming up for this year. So, starting with EA, their briefing begins at 3 p.m. Eastern. By the way, before we get to the rest of it, I'll be putting this in full screen for the full 2017 press conference very, very soon. So, we're going to start with EA, and their briefing begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Pacific, on June 10th. Now, according to this sentence right over here, EA has decided to hold their presser, which will be on a Saturday for this year, which is setting a brand new record right there. Now, it's rumored by 2022, EA more than likely may start in April. Now, I don't know if that's going to be actually confirmed or if they're going to actually start it in June again. We don't know. We'll find out in 5 years. Not sure what the press conference will look like this year, but according to EA, here's what they said. With the event opening on June 10th, which is on a Saturday, we'll be kicking off the weekend with the all-new live broadcast experience at the time that I just said there, where they're going to be celebrating the players and biggest games of the year ahead. And before we go on even further, I think there's going to be an EA Play weekend happening from June 10th through the 12th. So it's going to be a 3-day pre-events on the way. So EA will hopefully start it off with a bang right there. And here's what else they said there. You'll be seeing a lot of sports like FIFA 18, Madden NFL 18, NHL 18. No, I don't want to give all of it away right there, but some sports games on the way. And by the way, I think you gotta give credit to EA. I think they actually did pretty darn well in last year's briefing. So you may never know. Star Wars Battlefront 2. You may expect to see that this year, and maybe the new IP from BioWare. Who knows? So that's for EA right there. Now, the next briefing, which would be Microsoft, their briefing is at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific on June 11th. They're also starting early this year, which would vacate their traditional Monday morning presser slot and have moved it to Sunday afternoon instead. Now, it's safe to say that the official reveal, which is to be completed with a price and release date, of the next console named Xbox Scorpio. Now, some other additional info on games that will be coming their way. There's a couple of examples. Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, and a whole lot more. Other shooting games, well, we don't know what other games will be seen from Microsoft this year. But the big clue is there won't be any games involving Master Chief. So, the one game I was thinking of for Master Chief, which would be called Halo 6. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see Halo 6 this year, but you may never know. We may see a Halo 6 game potentially next year or the year after. So, sadly, no Halo this year, but we may see one down the road. Now, for Bethesda, they have a briefing at 10 p.m. Eastern on the same day. And for the third year, Bethesda is going to be holding a presser to talk about their upcoming games, like Wolfenstein and Evil Within, and a potential time to see some other games like Doom and Dishonored 2 DLC on the way. Now, the performance last year for Bethesda was not good, so expect them to step up to the plate for this year, which I think, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to do well this year. But we've seen strange things happen at E3, so expect some surprises on the way. Next up is Ubisoft, and they have their briefing on June 12th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I think the writers may have to respell Ubisoft correctly here, because Well, the way I'm seeing it, it's Ubisoft. Just like Halloween all over again when they're like ghosts or... never mind. Anyway, so for Ubisoft, their conference is now officially confirmed, and here's what they're expecting for the Ubisoft conference this year. A potential chance of seeing South Park, The Fractured But Whole, which I really hate South Park, period. I hate it. But there have been some rumors about the upcoming games for Ubisoft, like Assassin's Creed Origins. Sorry, not Origins. Origins. And I'm pretty sure they have confirmed it. So we may see Assassin's Creed. We may also see The Crew 2. And the next Far Cry game called Far Cry 5. So that's rumored to come on out for this year. Plus some other surprises as well. And I really don't want to say this D word. The Division. The Division. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, moving on. Next up here, we have Sony. Same day, June 12th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific for Sony. Now, the PlayStation/Sony Showcase is the only press conference that hasn't been moved or changed drastically over the last few years. But from Monday, you'll be seeing some info on the games like Spider-Man, Days Gone, plus Uncharted, Lost Legacy, and so on. And there's also going to be a 45-minute block which is dedicated to Vita games. Now, I'm not sure what Vita games they'll be talking about, but I am going to throw in a couple of games as well that we're going to be seeing from the Sony conference. Destiny 2 is one of them for sure, and Call of Duty World War II. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those two at the Sony briefing. We may be able to see the next trailers for those two upcoming games. And last but not least, for Nintendo, they have their briefing on June 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, according to Nintendo, they'll only be talking about 2017 games at the recorded presser this year, which is called the Nintendo Spotlight. Now, you may see some teases for 2018 as well. Now, the main course, as they said, will more than likely be Super Mario Odyssey. Now, other big games will be coming this fall as well, coming to the Switch. And Nintendo also says that Xenoblade 2 is rumored to come out this year. So there you have it. That's all the conferences and briefings that you'll be expected to see from June 10th all the way to the 13th. And from the 13th to the 15th, there may be some other events on the way too, but there's going to be no briefings from those 3 dates. And of course, I'll enlarge this as well. There you see the press conference times right there. Now, let's say, for example, if you live in Denver and want to see, the Microsoft conference, it would be at 3 p.m. on June 11th. Now, since I'm in the Eastern time zone, remember, I'm in Canada, and I'm in the Eastern time zone, and if I want to see the Sony conference, then it would be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you can pause it as well and check out the times in your respective regions for your favorite briefings to take part. Again, it's from June 10th, and it's actually going to be all the way to June 14th if you live in Perth, Tokyo, Adelaide, Sydney, and Wellington. Okay, so without further ado, folks, that's officially going to do it right there, folks. E3 2017 is just weeks away. It's one of my favorite conferences of all time. And of course, Gamescom, possibility of that happening, I'd say sometime in late July, early August for Gamescom on the way. Then once that schedule's over, hello for the gaming season of 2017-2018 to hit this fall. So really looking forward to E3 2017. I'll be breaking down most of the briefings. Mostly going to be EA, Microsoft, and Sony for sure. Maybe Ubisoft. But best of PC gaming show and Nintendo Spotlight, not interested for those 3. So there you have it, folks. until next time, thanks again for watching. Now, if you do want to stay up to date on the latest information regarding E3 2017, you can definitely hit the notifications button by hitting the bell if you are a subscriber. If you're new to the channel, definitely leave a subscription as well. Leave a like and a comment in the video section as well. E3 briefings are confirmed. Oh, by the way, as you see on the blank screen there with Ubisoft there, I'm pretty sure they'll get that filled in. We already know the exact time. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, June 12th, for the Ubi E3 2017 Ubisoft briefing. Okay? Just so that way you're less confused about it. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.